Hi, I'm Captain Stanford with Texas Fish Tips this week. Fisher guys, out here on the end of them jetties, it's just wonderful. There's all kinds of fish. You don't have to go out on the end of them jetties. If you're walking, just park right here's all you really need. You don't need to go way out there. There's a lot of good fish all up and down that channel. End of them jetties, there's a lot of redfish. There's kingfish. There's just about everything jacks. If you get you some menhaden or cut shad, whichever you want to call it, working great. Now, same with that north jetty over here. If you get in your boat, get over to the north jetty. If them waves ain't too high, you can get out there. Get out here in front of these waves. Anywhere's down through. We've been catching trout. If you just look for the birds. If there's birds flying, great. If they're not, they're sitting on the bank like a bunch of pelicans, and they're not going to fly very far. Right in this area will be your bait, okay? That's where the trout will be. Set up there, fish it 30 minutes. If you don't get nothing, move on down, do it again till you find some more fish. There'll be sharks in one area. One especially area will be right here where these barges used to be right in this front. And there's a lot of sharks. There's always some reds, and there's always some trout in here. Sometimes you don't have to go very far. We've also been going down here in front of this ranch house, right in front of that airport. That secret airport you see right here on the map, that's secret. Don't look and tell nobody about it. But anyway, he's been catching a lot of redfish right here. Also some nice trout on croaker. Again, if you see some menhaden out there, get out there and throw your cast net, get you some, cut them in half, throw them up on that bank, just as far up that bank as you can, that first gut. Hold on, there's going to be some redfish in there. It's easy limits. Now, anywhere's out down through here, we've been catching kingfish. The kingfish been right outside the jetties. You go right down through. There's also some big sharks. There's jacks. And the easiest way to go is get your 1/4 ounce egg sinker, put it on top of your kingfish rig, and get you a ribbon fish, hook him in the nose and hook him in the tail, and just drift him through there. Usually about 100 yards in slack is my favorite way to go. Gets a little bit further away from that boat. Those kingfish just eat it up, and it's easy. Okay, right along this Aransas shrimp channel. These little cuts are right in here. If you got a kayak, you can launch right over here, come right over here. There's been some good fish. Up in these little canals, you can get out here, wade fish right back in these back bays. Been some really good redfish. Same way, any of these little cuts through here. Good old South Bay, right in this area, has been holding some nice trout. On incoming tide's been the best. Croaker's the best way to go. There's some really nice trout caught in this area. And good old Terminal Causeway down through here. And this whole area's been holding some nice redfish. And over here by the Klondikes, cut mullet's the way to go. Cut shad works, but it don't stay on the hook very long, and them crabs like to chew on it really quick, and they'll eat it. But anyhow, find you a pothole, throw your line out there, put it in rod holder, let the rod holder do all the work. It's easy to catch your redfish. All right, along Corpus Christi Ship Channel, right here at the point of Mustang, these rocks been holding some trout. Early morning, if the current is not too strong, croaker's the way to go. You can free line a shrimp right next to those rocks. You get a lot of smaller fish, but the croaker seems to get the bigger ones. Same with Pelican Island. These rocks right in this area have been catching really nice trout. Now, if you jump up and go over here at Ransom Island, this whole area, there's these rocks, these berms, I guess what you would call them, jetties all down through here. They've been holding some nice trout. Shrimp, if you chunk them up there at those rocks and just let them flutter down, there'll be some mangroves mixed in there. There'll be some black drum, occasional redfish, but main thing is there's trout. If you throw croaker, you get mainly the bigger trout. Now, if you have nothing to do Saturday, you just want to go do something, there's a hardhead fishing tournament over at Chandler's Landing over at Connor Brown Harbor. Get over here and go catch you some hardheads. It's only a $20 entry fee. It's a stupid little tournament, but it works. It's a lot of fun. I'll be there, but there'll be a lot of good fish. There's prizes, there's food, all kinds of good stuff. But get out and catch some hardheads and win you a trophy. All right, good old Corpus Christi Bay. There's wells all out down through. There's little ones, there's big ones, there's Seven Sisters, there's Downtowner. There's all kinds of big rigs. Get out here and get you some trout. Croaker's the way to go. Like I say, free line shrimp will work too. When it's a tough bite, that shrimp will kick that croaker's butt. You can catch a lot more fish. Also, get on these T-heads right down through these rocks, throwing the shrimp up on the rocks. You get mangroves, you get black drum, you get occasional redfish. But there is some good trout all up down through here. And the trout and the croaker, if you throw croaker out here at these trout, you don't always have to throw right at the rocks. You can throw 50 or 100 yards away from those rocks, and those trout will be out here. So you don't have to get right up on those rocks, those croaker. They'll call them to it. But any of these rocks down through there will hold your fish. Now, if you get over here at this Indian Point Pier, it's still a good place to go fish for free. You don't have a boat, it's a good place to sit at night. You don't get moonburn out there, it's a good place to go. Now, these piers all down through here, Portland shoreline, we're still catching some nice trout on croaker. The bigger trout are on croaker. Yes, they'll hit the shrimp, but you catch better on the croaker. And also, they'll be 50 or 100 yards out away from those piers. I mean, 200 or 300 yards completely off that bank. Sometimes they're way out here. But there's really some good trout to be had. Thanks for watching. I'm Capt. Stanford.